Hey guys, SlushHead here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masterverse Target exclusive, Target spelled backwards is Degrat, New Adventures of He-Man Deluxe Slush-Head. Possibly one of the best Masterverse figures of the year? I don't know, man. Stiff competition this year. Stiff competition indeed. This, of course, is brought to us by the fine folks over at, say it with me now, Mattel. And it's going to be the last Masterverse figure I took a look at for a couple of days here. Got some other things lined up. Maybe some Origins. Maybe some Four Horsemen stuff. We'll see. We'll see. It's getting close to Christmas, so I want to change it up just a little bit. Just a little bit for you guys, so it doesn't get too redundant here. But Slush-Head is quite the figure to end on, at least for now, as far as Masterverse goes, because holy smokes does he come with a plethora of accessories. Haven't said that on the channel in a while, so let's get right to the chase and get into the meat and potatoes of this review, because we got a lot of accessories to talk about here. So, Slush-Head comes with a grip hand for the left side and a fist for the right. He's got a grip hand on him for the right side and a fist hand on him for the left at the moment. And then he also comes with the same open hands as Merman, or should I say from the Revelation series. Both of them, actually. They both have the same hands. And I think he has the same grip and fist hands, too. So that's interesting. He comes with a constipated head. This is actually the head he came packaged with. I will say, this one pops on and off the ball joint a little easier than that one. But with a little bit of heat, you can make anything pop on and off ball joints. So I advise you do the same. He does come with this little backpack here, which has supports. I wonder what those are for. See in a moment here. He comes with his axe / gun. So you get a 2-in-1 there. Kind of like the Black Ranger from Power Rangers. He comes with another backpack. This one has a big old honkin', I don't know, dome on it, which you can pop this off. And notice there's a little ball peg there. You can pop this extra head on. Like so. I'm going to have a heck of a time getting that off later. But there you go. Comes with the alt head. Or you could pop the alt head on there, excuse me. And it too has supports along the sides here. So you can take the tentacles he comes with. He's got 4 of them. These two have a trident and a anchor on them. And what you can do is you can pop these into the sides of this, like so. You can pop this one back here. Until it's locked in there. You can pop this one on the opposite side, like so. There you go. And then you also get a titty twister or pincer claw and a nutcracker, because that's festive, isn't it? And I will tell you, be careful with these pincer claws. Upon opening them, a lot of people have been busting these, so be careful with that. Slow and steady wins the race, people. Don't manhandle it like a frickin' monkey and break your stuff. Hashtag don't break your toys. Bringing it back, man. 2024 is the year of the hashtag don't break your toys Overlord Productions official hashtag campaign. I'm kidding, I don't give a crap. But you can pop this one in there, and then you can pop the other one on the other side, like so. And when you're done, get that in there. They are very tight, these tentacle thingies. You want to be careful with these. I'm surprised they didn't make the ending, or the end pieces, separate, softer pieces, but this way it does stay up. But now you got this little spider walker thing, which is pretty gruesome, actually, when you think about it. So you can have little Slush-Head walk around with these crazy spider legs. That's pretty rad. I do dig that. But moving that out of the way, taking a look at the actual Slush-Head figure. It's got the armor on. We're going to take that off. Notice I did not tab in the back because that would have wasted a ton of time. But here is the figure, mostly buck naked. He does have these little tuber thingies on his arms. Those are separate pieces as well. What an awesome figure. I love this figure. This figure is awesome. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Absolutely amazing in every way, shape, and form. Every sense of the word. What a good job they did on him. And it's on a freaking New Adventures character. Nonetheless. But as far as articulation on good old Slush-Head goes, his head is on the ball joint. You can look up and down. You can tilt side to side a little bit and rotate side to side. Again, use a little bit of heat on that. But, with the armor and stuff on, you can't do much of anything with that. So, nothing really to worry about there. But, again, don't break your stuff. Because that neck peg does feel like you could snap it. If you're not careful, that is. His shoulders go out, they go back down, they rotate all the way around. He's got the bicep swivel, double elbow. I will say they are a little tricky with these bicep pieces here, but I can get them to move. Here you go. These are, softer plastic, but again, maybe heat them up before you pose the arms. That way you don't crack anything, but I think you really got to worry about that here. He does have hinge swivel wrists with the wrong hinges for holding weapons, but I'll let it slide because this figure's awesome. His torso, you can tilt it forward, back. It does rotate at the top. Some figures have this, some don't, which is news to me. I thought they all had it this past year, the year 2023, for those of you watching this in the future. But some of them don't have that rotation, which kind of sucks because it feels like they're getting ripped off. Does have some tilt, does have a waist swivel. His hips do kick forward, back, out. Not the best splits on this guy, but I think he's got the Roboto crotch from the Revelation Roboto figure. Much like he's got the Revelation Merman hands and feet, actually. He does have a thigh cut pretty well. Does have double knee, but it is very tight on both sides, so here comes that carpal tunnel again. There we go. That one's not as bad, but the other one's really tight. Bottom knee joints are not the tightest things ever, but they're not loose. Especially the left side on mine anyways. The calf cut works fine. Then he has a hinge in the foot. Which again, like the He-Man. Where was that on Skelegod? And he also has a rocker with peg holes at the bottom of the feet. If you want to hook him up with a stand. I love this figure, dude. It's cool. It's really cool. They did a great job with him. So slipping the armor back on. I don't know what else they could have done to make this a better figure. It is... If Slush-Head is your favorite character, then this is Masterverse Figure of the Year, because they kitted him the hell out, man. They gave him literally everything you could have wanted with a Slush-Head figure. Literally everything. I don't know what else they could have given him. They could have made the tentacles a little less fragile, I guess. That is one concern I do have. They're not as fragile as, say, the Warduke wings on the NECA Warduke figure, the helmet wings, or even the gargoyle wings on the neck of gargoyles, but I could see people easily breaking that if they're not careful. And as far as popping these out, I just wiggle them a bit. That's the best way to pop these out. And it will take a little bit of time, especially with this, because this piece here is super tight as far as these go. So you just gotta be patient with it. Carefully pop those out. And then we can snap them onto the backpack here. So it does have some ports there. Figured since I didn't go full bore with the Man-at-Arms review as far as swapping parts and whatnot, I'd do it here. And one thing, the Classics version, the little nutcracker actually opened and closed. It doesn't do that here. I don't really mind it, but I do wish that the ends maybe rotated and were made out of a softer plastic. Even if it meant the walker would have had a little bit of a tough time standing, just to make stuff a little bit more, I don't want to say kid-friendly, but, you know, friendly to the consumer. Consumer-friendly, I guess. But that's just me. Giving him his axe here. There you go. There's Slush-Head in all of his glory. Again, I love this figure. This figure's awesome. I don't know what else I could have done to make him better. So, with that being said, that's enough sucking this figure off. Let's move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. Actually, before we move on to size comparisons, I want to mention that the bubble helmet, the dome helmet on the Slush-Head armor piece, does not come off like it was initially shown in promo images, because back when they revealed it, Mattel showed this going onto this. It does not do that. So do not try to pop this off. You will break it. It is glued on there. That said, this piece actually has a second piece that pops out here. So that's kind of interesting. It does fit in there a certain way. And then, of course, you can pop this back on here. And it will lock into place like so. So there you go. Just figured I'd throw that in there before we moved on to comparisons, in case you weren't in the know, you know. First up, here is good old Slush-Head, alongside the only other characters we've gotten in the New Adventures subline, part of the Masterverse line, of course, all of which are Target exclusives, by the way, so I'm assuming this is going to be a Target exclusive thing moving forward. Don't hold me to that, but based off what I've seen, that's what's going on here. But we do have the Intergalactic Skeletor, as well as the Galactic Protector He-Man, and of the three, Slush-Head's the best one. If anyone's going to crack the top 10 Masterverse of the year from New Adventures, it's going to be Slush-Head. And I guarantee you, even though he is a more expensive figure, he's probably going to clock in on that list, possibly close to the top 5, because, I don't know, man, they just did a bang-up job with Slush-Head. Compared to these two, he's everything you could have wanted with a Slush-Head figure. Again, maybe the tentacles could have been better, but for the price point, I'm not going to complain. Moving these two out of here. I think my main thing with the New Adventures stuff is like the He-Man and Skeletor redesigns are what I like the least about it. Whereas like all the cool like space mutants, I really like them, and I hope we get a Optic and maybe Karate at some point. It said it wouldn't be one of my reviews without him. He's Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus. Right there. The infamous MK11 Spawn, who, as usual, not necessarily towers. I think Slush-Head's about neck and neck with him because of that bubble air. So Al Simmons has got it cut out for him against good old Slush-Head here. So with that being said, it's time now to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and out of all of the New Adventures offerings in the Masterverse line thus far, I think good old Slush-Head here is by far the best one. And much like the Deluxe Man-at-Arms from the Masters of the Universe Revelation series we took a look at earlier this week, check that review out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. He's an oldie but a goodie. And, like Slush-Head here, worth the deluxe price point. I mean, this guy comes with 6 hands, 2 heads, 4 crazy tentacle thingies, a weapon, 2 different backpacks, and the removable armor piece. What more could you possibly ask for? And lots of new tooling to boot. And then he's got those extra pieces on the arms. He's just the whole shebang in one box. Definitely worth the price point. Definitely the best new Adventures figure in the line. But I'm going to reiterate, A, the bubble on this armor piece here is glued, so don't try to take it off. And B, be careful when you're opening him. His tentacles are a little bit on the fragile side, and that ain't Italian either. So slow and steady wins the race. You don't need to rush to open it. As long as you got the figure in hand, you're good to go. Take your time with it. Don't manhandle it like a frickin' monkey. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.